Hi guys, it's Stephanie. It's Saturday, July 23rd. So, last night, another rough night at Sarasota Yacht Club. It was intense. We did have a third guy helping from the employment agency, and so it wasn't that bad, but it was a busy finale, should I say. So last night and the previous nights, I have been thinking about giving them my 2 weeks notice, and we'll have more about that when we return. Let's talk about right now. All day today on my full-time job, I've been really dragging my ass. Why? Because I've been feeling spent energy-wise, and it's all because of working so intense at the yacht club, rubbing and pressing down on those pots and pans vigorously for over 3 hours. I'm there for 5 hours a day when I work there. Just kills me. It just saps me of all my energy, and the constant moving around trying to keep up with washing the dishes and the pots and pans and all that stuff. That part-time job, the only job I have that I go 5 hours straight without taking a break. So anyways, before I continue, I want to say thank you to all of my subscribers here. And if you're just visiting my channel for the first time and you find something that resonates with you, that is, if you have a simple life like me, you might have something that resonates. Please consider on subscribing. We'll have more for you on the conclusion of my decision of my part-time job when we return. So anyways, a lot has happened with my decisions pertaining to certain things since my last video. So last night I thought about telling my managers right there and then that I want to give them a 2 weeks notice, but I didn't. Because right there and then, while I was working, I wasn't sure. And it would have been a perfect time, because what I was doing right there, working non-stop, would have been a great reason or a great way to energize me to go face my managers and tell them that I've had enough. I'm giving my 2 weeks notice, but instead I did what I thought was right. When I got home from working the yacht club, after I got cleaned up and settled in and went to bed, that's where I thought about it. And when I went to my full-time job this morning was when I made my final decision. And the reason is because when I woke up in the morning, I had only had 4 hours sleep, and that 4 hours sleep is usually not enough for me. And I was totally burnt out from last night. I was tired. I was so tired that I couldn't even walk straight, okay? And I had slurred speech. Can you believe that? That's how tired I was. Because of the physicality and the strenuous working and scrubbing those pans, because we get pans come back to the kitchen to be washed that's scorched from being in the oven so long. And it's not just one pan. Sometimes it's pan after pan after pan. And skillets and pots and dishes and bowls, you name it. So at my job, when I was experiencing the tiredness and the lack of sleep that I've been getting ever since starting that job, was the perfect time to decide to text my manager and let him know. So my text basically told him, thank you for giving me the opportunity to work with you and your staff. It's been very interesting and I appreciate the opportunity. However, I've been seriously giving this part-time job a second thought, and I think I'm going to give you guys my 2 weeks notice. And I know that one of my working associates in the kitchen has just started vacation, and he's a key player in washing dishes because he's full-time. So naturally, I'm not going to just not show up and not go to work and tell them I quit, because they treated me right. They were fair to me, and I got along with everybody there well. I haven't had any problems with anybody. And subsequently, I went to work for all my schedules. I worked, never called in, and that went well with him. He received my text, and he thanked me for hanging in there until my coworker comes back from vacation, at which time he'll pick up where I leave off. So I'm done after 2 weeks, maybe 1 week, depending how it is when Sammy gets back. And I'm going to take a little break from working part-time, and then I'll find something else that's not as strenuous. Not as high movement. Because after leaving my full-time job, I don't want to work in a kitchen that's hot and steamy. I always get back to my vehicle extremely wet. My pants, the previous Friday, I was totally soaked, guys, from working in the kitchen. My feet was wet, my legs were all wet. I was wet, okay? I was drenching wet, and I went through 2 aprons, which I rarely do. And that was a tough night. Friday night was really tough, and Sunday was tough at the grand finale. I call it a grand finale because it's when they stop cooking. When they stop cooking, that everything pours in to be washed and cleaned like the Niagara Falls. I'm going to go in here and buy a movie so I can watch tonight, because I'm still tired, and I just want to relax my evening. I'll be talking to you guys very, very shortly. All right, guys. So I am back. Okay, so I did get a couple of movies. And tonight, I am going to watch Ghosts of Girlfriend's Past with Jennifer Garner and Matthew McConaughey. And Man on a Ledge. Yep, with Sam Washington, Elizabeth Banks, etc., etc. All right, so it's been raining the past hour or so, and I had just left one of my favorite restaurants here in Bradenton. It's Anna Maria Oyster Bar. I love Anna Maria Oyster Bar. The service is always good, and I had a nice waitress, a little college student, and I tipped her accordingly. And I had a Caesar salad with chicken, with grilled chicken. It was really good. They serve you a big plate of Caesar salad with grated cheese and Caesar dressing. Very nice. And the chicken was grilled perfectly. I'm actually full. So after I had my Caesar salad, I had a slice of carrot cake. All right, carrot cake. The Caesar salad with chicken is low fat. As you know, I've been eating like Godzilla at the yacht club, you know, prior to 2 weeks ago. Because 2 weeks ago, I cut down on my calories with the food from the yacht club because I had put on some weight. I didn't put on 10 pounds, but I put on about 6 or 7 pounds. But on a short person like me, it's very noticeable. You know, I'm only 5'7", and if I put on 5 pounds, it's going to show. And it's usually around my waistline. So, getting back to the subject, it was very nice eating in my booth while it was raining like a maniac outside. I love that. But before that, before I went to the restaurant, I had come home from work, and right away I got off my monkey clothes, my work clothes, and I hopped into bed and I slept for about an hour and a half. An hour and a half. And I got up. I was extremely hungry because I didn't bring lunch to work. I hadn't had any breakfast either. So I had an apple, I had 3 little tangerines, no protein shake because I'm all out of protein shake. And that was basically my lunch. And of course, like I said, I skipped the breakfast. And this meal I just had was just my very large salad with chicken and yada yada. It was very, very good, delicious. I haven't had that in a long time. And then I went and picked up a movie, as you saw. So, besides giving my part-time job a 2 weeks notice, today was a day that I was supposed to begin having my tattoo on my forearm. Okay? I thought about it all last night, along with quitting my job. Should I get this tattoo? The tattoo would have been 2 sittings. Today would have been the first sitting, and it would have taken me about 5 hours, and it wouldn't have been done. I'd have to go back for a second sitting, which would have been an extra 2 hours longer, and then it would have been complete. However, they were going to charge me $150 an hour to do my tattoo. So if you do the math, 5 hours times $150. That's about $600 today. It would have been about $600 to do my forearm and my hands. Okay, about 6 hours long, I guess. No, about 7 hours total. Because he would have done 5 hours today and a couple more hours on the last sitting. So about $600 or $650 around there for today, and then an additional $300 when I came back from my second sitting. So it's fair to say it would have been about $1,000 to do my tattoo, to complete it. So you know what I did? This morning when I woke up, I went to work. I took the cash with me, about $1,000, and I mulled over it while I was working my full-time job today. And I spoke to a couple of guys about it. I said, today's the day I get my tattoo done. And I wasn't 100% sold on deciding whether to do it, but I did say I would when they called me to confirm my appointment. They asked if I was still going to go ahead with it. So after carefully thinking, what went into my decision was I just quit my part-time job. I don't have a part-time job right now, and the reason I have my part-time job is to save extra money. I had a hard time parting with $1,000 for a painting, a permanent painting on my forearm, guys. I wanted it so bad that but I couldn't part with my money that I worked hard for. So I sent the tattoo parlor an email telling them that I canceled. I canceled after so many years of deciding on the kind of tattoo I wanted, and then putting a $100 deposit. I canceled. I'm glad that I did, because I felt a relief. So at my lunchtime, I got into my car and went to the bank and deposited that money in my savings. So all I lost was $100. That was a requirement for a deposit on my tattoo. I'd rather lose $100 than $900, because it would have cost me $1,000. I lost $100 just to buy me some time and to schedule my appointment, because $100 down is a requirement. So they kept my $100. I'm not going to cry about it, but I didn't lose $900. So that's my outcome here. I quit my part-time job. I canceled my my appointment for today to get my tattoo done. Didn't want to do it. Didn't want to spend my money. I am somewhat of a cheapskate, but hey, that's how it is. And speaking of a cheapskate, not cheesecake, a cheesecake. Speaking of a cheapskate, cheapskate. Sorry, guys. And talking about being a cheapskate, I still buy clothes at Goodwill and Salvation Army. Okay. Last year I earned $40,000. This year I'm going to earn a little more with my part-time income I had. And I'm still buying cheap hand-me-downs at the store, because I'm a cheapskate. You know what it costs for a pair of jeans these days? A pair of Levi jeans? $75. $75 for a pair of 501s. Okay? a shirt that I like will cost me about between $45 and $65 for a shirt from Macy's. Now, before you go batty with me, know this. I still buy brand new clothes from time to time. But most of the clothes I buy is to wear to work. Okay? At Lowe's, where I work, I wear my old clothes there. If I have a date, or if I'm going out with any friend, or if I go out to eat, I wear the good stuff. I never buy used shoes. I never buy used bras. I never buy used underwear. Not that they sell them anyway, used. That would be disgusting. But I never buy used shoes, never buy new undergarments. It's just I don't do that. It's too disgusting. But I do buy used shirts, t-shirts, used jeans, women's stuff, of course. And occasionally I buy brand new stuff at Macy's. That's one of my favorite places to shop for clothes. I still have a little bit of a slurred speech going on from being so tired. But I'm almost home now, guys, and I'm gonna call it a night. I'm gonna go in the house, get off of these clothes, put on something comfortable, maybe my jammies, hunker down, and watch a couple of great movies. And I don't work tonight at the yacht club. I work tomorrow night, just for 2 more weeks. And I'm going to sleep in tomorrow because I don't work my full-time job. And I hope you guys have a fabulous weekend.
Don't you know